Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So, I'm continuing these. I was looking for more of the discrepancies in band names. Just curiosity, really, to find out what you got and what you don't got. Because, as I said before, you don't hear anybody saying, well, I'll give some different. You don't ever hear anybody saying that they got the Iron Maiden or they went to the Iron Maiden. You don't hear the Iron Maiden. You don't hear the Nine Inch Nails. You don't hear the Megadeth. Nobody says that. I'm going to see the Megadeth. Said nobody ever. But I was trying to think of it, and guys, I found out that about a year ago I missed a huge Mandela Effect, and just missed it because I was looking at other things. But that'll come later. But um, so I got some more of these now, and these are off the chain, guys. These are completely off the wall, and I think those that watch this is going to enjoy this. And now, again, not a Mandela effect. So we're going to start with Grand Funk Railroad. All right, Grand Funk Railroad. I used to own Grand Funk Railroad on tape when I'm back in the 80s. But now, there's still Grand Funk Railroad. Grand Funk Railroad. Trunk of Funk, Volume 1, Grand Funk. Grand Funk Railroad, Take Me. So, there's a ton of it. They're Grand Funk Railroad, guys. That's what they are. Grand Funk Railroad. But I got one, looks like an album, and of all things, Time Machine on a High Horse. I'm going to provide these links, guys. You can look at them. Some of them are going to blow your mind. They blew mine. You got the Grand Funk Railroad, one album. Why? The Grand Funk Railroad, said nobody ever. But there it is. It's right there. It's an album. So you got the Grand Funk Railroad, believe it or not. Just one album. But it exists alongside Grand Funk Railroad. And it's still Grand Funk Railroad. All right. As far as I can tell. Yeah, you know what? I'm not so sure about this Temptations one. It looks like I have an album without a the. I'll provide it. You can tell me if you think that white in the T says the, but it doesn't to me. I can't really zoom in on it, but that almost looks like Temptations for alongside a bunch of the Temptations. So it doesn't look like a the to me, but I could be wrong. I really can't see that little thing. So that one I'm not so sure about, guys. It's just not 100% on that. But I am 100% on this. The Moody Blues is still the Moody Blues. Nothing different here. But I found an album, Classic Moody Blues, the Universal Masters Collection. And it's just Moody Blues. I used to own the Moody Blues on CD with my collection. And for the most part, it is the Moody Blues, just like I remember. But here's one album that's just Moody Blues. Not really sure why. But both sets of information are there. Now we're going to go to a weird one. And a lot of people, some people might know about this. I certainly didn't. The Mamas and the Papas. I believe it was 1968. Let me check this. And I figured, I usually don't use Wikipedia, guys, but I did in this case. 1968. Yeah, so in 1968, according to this, the Mamas and the Papas became Papas and Mamas. No the at all. And they were that way until they broke up. So if anybody, that could, I'm not so sure on that. I don't remember anything like that, but that's the way it is. So, but yeah, no thes at all on that. But that actually they changed it themselves in history now. I don't know if that was always the case. So then we got the Oak Ridge Boys up next, guys. And I got a whole bunch of the Oak Ridge Boys. The Oak Ridge Boys. That's what they were. That's what they are. I'm not a huge the Oak Ridge Boys fan. But yeah, it's on this album. It's on that album. The Oak Ridge Boys. The Oak Ridge Boys. But the definitive collection is just Oak Ridge Boys. No the. And American Cheese is just Oak Ridge Boys. No the. So you got two albums that are just Oak Ridge Boys. And no the. But everything else is the Oak Ridge Boys, and as far as I could look up, they are still the Oak Ridge Boys. All right. The Grateful Dead is now Grateful Dead. I remember the Grateful Dead. And I can't really, it was really hard to find anything on it, so this would be a Mandela Effect for me. And here is The Music Never Stopped, Roots of the Grateful Dead. Now, granted, the is lowercase, but why would they do that? Roots of the Grateful Dead, you would just say Roots of Grateful Dead. Just like if you were doing a Roots of Slipknot, you wouldn't say Roots of the Slipknot. You'd say Roots of Slipknot. All right? So that's a little weird. Or Roots of Mudvayne. Or Roots of the Mudvayne. Why not? Right? Okay. So there's a little the Grateful Dead residue. Now, this one could blow some minds. To me, it blew my mind. How about the Iron Butterfly, Inagata Devita? Now, there's still Iron Butterfly. I'll provide links for Iron Butterfly. I don't have them up right now. I've just got this weird one up because I typed literally the Iron Butterfly just to see. And here you go. The Iron Butterfly, Inagata Devita. And I'm going to provide this, and this one's a mind blower, guys. I have never heard of the Iron Butterfly. Didn't expect to find the Iron Butterfly because that's ridiculous. It'd be like me finding the Iron Maiden, and which I would never. I guess I didn't look, but I have a feeling I should not find that, but I had a feeling I should not find this. So I'll look, guys. I'll look. But anyway, the Iron Butterfly exists alongside Iron Butterfly. And by the way, Mama and Papas exist alongside the Mama and Papas. The Oak Ridge Boys exist alongside Oak Ridge Boys. And there's residue for Grateful Dead, of course, or for the Grateful Dead. Now, yeah, the Iron Butterfly, that was last. So now, how about the Beach Boys? We all know the Beach Boys. Well, here you go. Here's a single, it looks like. Surfin' Safari, 409, Capitol Records. Beach Boys, no the. So it exists alongside the Beach Boys. Beach Boys and the Beach Boys. I don't understand this phenomenon here. Maybe these are actually Mandela effects. Maybe some of these albums have changed, but the actual band hasn't. Maybe that's what we're dealing with. But here's another one. Apparently, the Steve Miller Band is now Steve Miller Band. And there's a lot of evidence for that. Bunch of albums. But I found Circle of Love, the Steve Miller Band. So there is the Steve Miller Band alongside Steve Miller Band. Oh, right. Then we got into the Mandela Effect I actually missed about a year ago. I did a Mandela Effect on the Beastie Boys, and it was Beastie Boys, and I wrote Beastie Boys, and I was so focused on the lyrical change that I never even noticed the band name change. Beastie Boys. I even typed it. I went back and looked because this seemed familiar to me. I just missed it. But yeah, it's I have not found anything an album that says the Beastie Boys. However, if you listen to "Fight for Your Right to Party," the residues are right in there. Oh, mommy, just chill. It's just the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys. So they said the band name wrong. Uh, you know, should have just said, "Mom, you just chill. It's just Beastie Boys." Doesn't make any sense. And so that gets me through that particular list. Holy cow! But yeah, all these exist alongside each other. On deck, the Aerosmith, maybe the Iron Maiden, maybe the Stone Sour. I don't know. The Slipknot. But I don't think any of these are going to actually come to pass, or I'm not going to find them. But I didn't think I'd find these either. So maybe these are Mandela effects. Maybe that's what explains it. Maybe these albums Mandela affected, but the name of the band didn't. A little crisscross of information. I'm not sure. But there you go. There's another list of coexisting, contradicting band names. And I'm going to look for a few more because this is interesting to me. I don't understand what this is. I don't know why I don't know why a band would just use a different name all of a sudden unless they were changing their name, but they clearly didn't. Is the thing. So it's weird, but there you go. There's two sets of information that's out there. So I'm going to let this video go at that. I ran it a little long. I had quite a few of them this time. I got a few more. I got some stuff to come. Smashing Pumpkins is a thing that should be voted on at some point. The Beastie Boys. Because Beastie Boys, why not? And there seems to be another missing movie. I mean, you've already got Shazam, Battery's still not included, but I've got a third movie that it was pointed out to me is missing. So I'll be coming out with that by itself because it has nothing to do with what we're dealing with here. But yeah, another missing movie and a couple of bands, name changes. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And give her give her a. I was going to say give her a thumbs up if you didn't know these things, or I don't. It's always good to get thumbs up. It makes the videos more viewable, and these aren't all thumbs videos, but we appreciate thumbs up as well, just to make it more visible. But but this really is not a thumbs video. There's nothing really to vote on. A couple of weird things. So anyway, guys, for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.